Lads, ladies, well, my 4% female audience, we are so much closer to the Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones fight happening. Dana White said he's very confident. Tom Aspinall has said we're literally just waiting on Jon Jones to sign the contract and select a date, and we're going to go through that today. Now, a couple days ago, I did my recap of the Alex Pereira and Ankalaev fight, and we said in that video that now Jon Jones isn't going to be able to duck Tom Aspinall anymore. He's going to have to face the music. No longer does the Jon Jones and Alex Pereira fight make any sense. I also said, don't be surprised if we see Jon Jones retire all of a sudden now the Pereira lost, so therefore he doesn't have to fight Tom Aspinall. Hopefully he won't do that, but we'll talk about that in a moment. And then I was just talking to a few of my mates in my gym today, and we all raised a good point. For the last few months, Jon Jones has been nowhere to be seen. He hasn't commented on the Tom Aspinall fight. He just went rogue, and no one really knew where we stood with this Jon Jones and Aspinall fight. Yet now all of a sudden, as soon as Alex Pereira loses, Dana White comes out and says, I'm really confident that the fight's going to happen. And then Tom Aspinall says that they're just waiting on Jon to sign the contract. Pretty strange, that. I think that tells us pretty confidently that if Pereira would have won against Magomed Ankalaev, they would have pushed Tom Aspinall to the side and they would have made the Jon Jones and Pereira fight, which would have been pretty shitty for Tom. We need our boy to unify that belt and actually give Jon Jones the challenge that he needs. Right, so we got a few things to react to. Let's watch what Dana White said about this fight.
A lot of talk before this fight from kind of mainstream media. They're like, oh, Alex Jon would be the fight to make. But do you think tonight shows that actually Alex is still pretty new in MMA and it's Jon Tom was always the fight and that's the fight that you still want to make?
Yeah, I mean, when you're trying to ask a guy, you know, to move up 2 weight classes to heavyweight and take on the greatest of all time. I think we all agree with that in this room, right?
Yeah, there he is, the greatest of all time. I'm glad that Dana White is embracing the meme now.
It's you know, there's still tough guys to fight in the light heavyweight division. I believe in moving up after you clean out divisions. And this division wasn't cleaned out yet.
Okay, well then, why is Ilia Topuria moving up to lightweight? Ilia Topuria said his job is done at featherweight and there's no more challenge for him. Absolute bullshit, that.
And you were talking about Tom and Jon. Tom released that video blog a few days ago on the train where he was saying, like, Jon's side is holding up the fight. What is he referring to there? Yeah,
so that's the thing. Quick word on that. Tom Aspinall put out a video the other day saying he doesn't know what Jon Jones is doing and he doesn't even know if the fight's going to happen.
Where we're at right now is I have spoke to the UFC on multiple occasions about this fight. I'm chasing it up. I want the fight. I've been on record and said that I want the fight. I've been on the phone with the UFC saying that I want the fight. When's it happening? I want the fight more than anyone. What is holding it up right now is his side. That's the truth of it. It's just, does he want to put himself in a position where he's comfortable enough financially to take the risk that he's taking to fight me? And that is where we're at. Like, the UFC tell me, they assure me that they are doing everything they can to make this fight. So it's totally, as far as I'm aware, this is now totally down to Jon Jones and his team to work that out.
Jon, the little sneaky devil, he was definitely going to take that Alex Pereira fight over Tom Aspinall. Little divvy.
Well, I think that... Listen, Jon Jones definitely wants to fight. Just when and where is what we're working on now.
So it's went from we don't even know if the fight's happening to now when and where is what we're working on. That was a very fast turnaround with that decision, Jon Jones.
I'm very confident
summer on first
that fight happens. Yeah.
Summer?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh. Dana White said I'm very confident the fight happens this summer. Come on, let's go. So as we know, Tom Aspinall put out that video being pretty dubious that the fight will even go ahead. Dana White then said this, and now Tom Aspinall uploaded his video reacting to the Alex Pereira fight, and at the end of the video, this is what he says.
Well, Magomed Ankalaev, light heavyweight champion. Congratulations.
And finally, obviously it now leaves Jon with either fighting you or retiring.
Yeah, that's off the table now. The Alex Pereira fight at heavyweight or any other weight, really. I mean, I guess you could still fight him at light heavy, I guess, but it won't be for a title. Yeah, Jon, there's only one way, there's only one thing to do, mate. Sign the contract and let's get a date going. And I know.
I love the way Tom Aspinall says that. Sign. He says it in a dead uncertain manner. He's like, sign the contract. And now Tom refers to the interview that we just watched of Dana White.
I know, we seen last night Dana White was talking. Everything is now done on Jon's side and the UFC now have to find a date and a venue, a place, location So we're waiting for that. We've got some
Damn.
good news coming soon, hopefully. Make sure you check out the channel. We've got some big news coming soon, I hope. And we've got some big stuff coming in the next few weeks. So make sure you like and subscribe, all that stuff. Great fight.
Let's go, Tom. This is absolute sick news. I'm just fingers crossed this fight happens. I've noticed quite a few people in my comments, in a few other people's comments, and just me mates who are taught to on a day-to-day basis, who are a little bit more casuals. But a lot of people are saying that they've lost a little bit of interest in the UFC lately. I don't think anything's really changed. I just think it's this lack of superstars, and there just feels like there's a lot of stalling. It just feels like big fights aren't getting made. Maybe it's just recency bias, and maybe we're just that spoiled. We're so used to just seeing banger after banger after banger fight cards that we're going through a little bit of a lull at the moment. We want to see that Jon Jones fight. We want to see the Tom Aspinall fight. Tom Aspinall could be a superstar. Could he get to Alex Pereira's level? I don't know. Let's see. Really, he just needs to keep on winning. That's the only thing he really needs to focus on. This is just a guess, but I guarantee a lot of Americans probably don't even know who Tom Aspinall is. He's obviously massive in the UK, but has he really went mainstream yet in America? Probably not yet. That's why he needs this Jon Jones fight, because even if, God forbid, he loses, puts up a good fight, at least it then puts Tom on the map. But after Jon Jones retires, a lot more people are aware of him. So I do believe the UFC at the moment has a little bit of a problem in terms of a lack of superstars, of like them super standout talent combined with the personality and the marketability. You know, someone like Ilia Topuria has got really good potential because he can talk the talk, but also walks the walk. And also, let's just mention Alex Pereira. I'm seeing a lot of people hate on Pereira recently. I'm even seeing people saying Alex Pereira was always overrated. Are you kidding? He's being absolute starching people. And then people are saying that, yeah, he got exposed by a grappler. Like, are you dumb? He stuffed 11 out of 11 takedowns. How are you saying that he got dominated by a grappler? Okay, he got held up against the fence. He got controlled a little bit for like a round and a half or 2 rounds at the very most. You cannot say that Alex Pereira is overrated. You can't hate on him. Okay, I was a little bit frustrated the other day that he didn't throw more, but look, you win some, you lose some. The guy is 37. He only started learning grappling in his 30s. Magomed Ankalaev, isn't he like a Sambo world champion, been wrestling since he was like 6 years old? I'd say that Pereira did pretty good for a glory kickboxing champion who hasn't been wrestling his entire life. So let's drop this narrative that Pereira is overrated. And that's one of the reasons that I kind of hate the fight game sometimes, is because people are very fickle. And all it takes is 1 or 2 losses and then people say, oh, they're done, they should retire, they're overrated, this and that, all that bull crap. And the same for this Tom Aspinall and Jon Jones fight. I'm really rooting for Tom in this fight, and I think he's got a really good chance of beating Jon Jones. But let's just say once again, Tom, if you see this, I'm not rooting against you here. I don't even really want to put this out into the universe, but let's just say that Tom did lose this next fight. I guarantee you're going to have a bunch of people say Tom Aspinall was always overrated, people put him on a pedestal, blah blah blah. Absolute numpties. That's one thing I don't like about the MMA world. Even boxing as well, it's all the same. People just think that they know it all. At least I hop on these videos and say, guys, I'm a casual, I don't know it all. But every man and their ego and the pride wants to be right, and they like to think they know it all about fighting. Listen, lads, let's face it, most of us haven't got a friggin' clue. You don't really know shit until you're in the fighter's shoes. Also, I've got another Jon Jones theory, and I don't really want to put this out there because I don't want to give Jon Jones any ideas, not that he's sitting there watching my videos. I've seen someone comment this the other day on another video, and I thought this makes sense. And the guy said something like, I hope Jon Jones doesn't take this fight with Tom Aspinall, then a few weeks out he gets injured, and then he apologizes to his fans. He says they'll set a new date for the fight, but then what he ends up doing is just retiring, because Jones knows he'll look bad if he doesn't accept the Tom Aspinall fight. So if he fakes an injury, he then always has that deniability that, oh look guys, it wasn't that I didn't want to fight Tom, I just got injured and, you know, I'm getting old, so I thought I might as well retire. I hope Jon Jones doesn't do that. I don't know if anyone else is talking about that because I don't really watch any MMA content, but interesting theory. You guys let me know all your thoughts surrounding this narrative down below. I'll try my best to read every single comment. Daily uploads this week, lads. I'm going to try my best. Even if I'm struggling for content, we're going to make it happen out of discipline and consistency. Drop a like on the video if you like this type of content, and YouTube thinks you'll like this video here. Here's another one from my fitness channel. Take your pick, and I'll see you tomorrow.